Excuse me.
Hey, you described 2018 as the most challenging year of your life. How are you feeling now on the cusp of playing again and getting ready to get back to basketball?
It's a relief. Like I said, it's been a long year for me. A lot of ups and downs, but you know, the finish line is ahead, and I'm extremely excited to be back on the floor.
Who did you rely on when you had those downs?
Family. You know, a lot of things switch up for you once you kind of, you know, are out of the picture, and reality hits. It's kind of a, you know, out of sight, out of mind type of thing. So, you know, a lot of people that were, you know, all about you kind of disappear, and now reality hits you, and you realize the people that really are in your corner. So, this is a good year for me, on top of all the negatives, because, like I said, you really realize who's in your corner. So, you know, family.
And as a basketball player, are you ready to remind people who you are?
Oh yeah, same person. You know, I play with a chip on my shoulder. You know, I use different things as fuel to, you know, keep me moving forward, and you know, I'm going to use the same thing. So I'm looking forward to, you know, proving myself on the floor.
Steve said you kind of had a breakthrough in the past couple of scrimmages. Did you notice a real difference in your conditioning and just how you felt?
I mean, well, you know, Steve was kind of looking for a certain thing, you know, on the coach's side of things, but you know, for me, it was kind of the same thing every day. So it was hard to kind of find that point where I could just break through and actually, you know, do what he was looking for. So I think that's more. Sorry about that. I think that's more on the coaching side of things, and you know, I'm at the point where I'm at now, and like I said, I'm ready to just be back on the floor.
Do you know what that thing was?
No, you gotta ask Coach.
DeMARCUS, he was remembering the game at Sacramento a couple years ago when he got tossed and he ran out on the court and had to be restrained by Mike Brown, and he remembers you waving goodbye to him. he said you both have, you know, a fire about you, and do you remember that moment, and how much do you appreciate sort of his
Oh yeah,
fire?
Of course I remember that. That's, you know, we actually won that game. But you know, it just shows that he's out there battling for his players, and you know, his emotions are in the game, which is great. You know, in the past I've played for coaches that, you know what, I won't even speak on that. Anyway, but yeah, it's good to show that his emotions are in the game.
DeMARCUS, what was that dunk like from KD?
That's whack. What's up? What we got next?
How much do you, though, your fire, Kerr's fire, he also mentioned Draymond, kind of all relate to each other and that emotion part of the game?
It just shows that your heart is in it. You know, when I'm going to battle every night, I want all my teammates to have their heart into the game, and it shows that you care. It shows that it means something to you. I'm not really a fan of the guys that are emotionless on the floor. So I appreciate guys like K. I appreciate every guy in that locker room, because they all play with emotions in the game. So those are the type of guys I want to go to war with.
What did you learn about this organization the past few months that you didn't know before you signed with Golden State?
They actually do miss shots.
How do you settle on January 18th as like the target that comes back?
You know, it was a battle, you know, between myself, training staff, the guys at the top. So eventually we all got on the same page, and you know, we settled for that date.
When you say a battle, were you kind of pushing for earlier, or feeling like you wanted to be earlier?
It was all over the place, honestly, and it's not really a point into you know, getting into, you know, what date we wanted, but we ended up finding this date. So let's get ready for the 18th.
Steve said he's going to start you right off the bat and figure out what rotations make sense. And are you eager to kind of see how this all comes together as you incorporate?
I am. You know, of course, you know, I've finished one step, and that's completing the rehab and, you know, getting back to the floor. But now it's more steps ahead, which is, you know, building the chemistry, finding myself within the team. You know, it's all finding a comfortable place, playing together. So it's more steps ahead, and I believe that's what he meant by it.
Marcus, would it have been anything special to come back against New Orleans and
were you playing maybe the best ball of your career right before you got hurt?
Nah, I'm past that point in my life. I'll just be glad to be back on the floor. I'm not really looking for a vengeance game or anything for headlines or anything like that. So I'll be glad to be back on the floor, playing the game that I love to play, and I can care less who it is. I'll just be happy to be on the floor.
What changes do you think you're going to have to make in your game, say offensively for starters?
Well, it's obvious I won't be taking as many shots as I have in the past, and it's an adjustment for everybody. So I believe that's pretty obvious.
How much have you enjoyed kind of mentoring? You know, how has that helped you get through as well with, you know, working with some of these big guys and being a sounding board, being an encouraging force for them?
It's been fun. I'm actually on the older side of things now.